Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it has befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wiser sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have we, as 'twere with a defeated joy, taken to wife. Nor have we here embarred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along. For all, our thanks. And now, Laërtes, what's the news with you? You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and lose your voice. What wouldst thou beg, Laërtes, that shall not be my offer, not thy asking? The head is not more native to the heart, the hand more instrumental to the mouth than is the throne of Denmark to thy mother. What wouldst thou have, Laërtes?
My dread lord, your leave and favour to return to France. From whence, though willingly, I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation. Yet now, I must confess that duty done, my thoughts and wishes bend again toward France, and bow them to your gracious leave and pardon.
Have you your mother's leave? Yet what says Polonia?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laboursome petition, and at last, upon his will, I sealed my hard consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laërtes. Time be thine, and thy best graces spend it at thy will. But now my cousin Hamlet, and my son.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convoy is assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favour, hold it a fashion, and a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of primary nature, no more.
No more but so?
I think it no more. The nature present does not grow alone in thews and bulk, but as his temple waxes, the inward service of the mind and soul grows wide withal. Yet perhaps he loves you now, and now no soil nor caudle doth besmirch the virtue of his will. But you must fear his greatness weighed, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as some unvalued persons do, carve for himself. On his choice depends the sanity and health of this whole state. Then, if he says he loves you, it fits your wisdom so far to believe it as he, in his particular act and place, may give his saying, deed, which is no further than the main voice of Denmark goes withal. Then weigh what loss your honour may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, dear sister. Keep within the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. Canker galls the infants of the spring too oft before their buttons be disclosed. Be wary then. The best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But, good my brother, do not as some ungracious pastors do. Show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Fear me not. I stay too long, but here my mother comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leave.
Yet here, Laertes. Aboard, for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There. My blessing with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory see thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Those friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend. This above all. To thine own self be true. Farewell. My blessings season this in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lady. Oh!
The time invites you, go. Your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia. Remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell. Give me my mother!
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard. Where is my mother?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came she dead? I'll not be juggled with to hell, allegiance, vows to the blackest devil. Let come what comes, only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my mother.
Who shall stay you?
My will, not all the world.
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear mother's death, it's writ in your revenge. That swoop-stake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but her enemies.
That I am guiltless of your mother's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall be as level to your judgment pierce as day does to your eye.
How now? What noise is that? Oh, heat dry up my brains. Tears 7 times salt burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. By heaven, my madness shall be paid by weight till our scale turn the beam. Oh, Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh heavens, is it possible that a young maid's wits?
They bore her bare-faced on the bier. Hey nonny, nonny, hey nonny. And on her grave rained many a tear. Fare you well, my dove. You must sing. Down her down. And you? Cool her down. How the wheel becomes it. It's the false steward that stole his lady's daughter.
There's nothing's more the matter.
There's rosemary. It's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. And there's pansies. That's for thoughts. There's fennel and columbines for you. There's rue for you. Here's some for me. Oh, we may call it herb grace of Sundays, but you must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. A would give you violets, but they withered all when my mother died. They say she made a good end. For bonny sweet Robin is all my joy.
It's thought, an affliction, it's passion. While itself she turns to favour and to prettiness.
The snow, all flaxen was her pall. She's gone, and we cast away man. God have mercy on her soul. And all Christian souls, I pray God. God be with you.
Do you see this? Oh God.
Laertes, I must commune with your grief. If by direct or by collateral hand you find us touched, we will our kingdom give, our crown, our life, and all that we call ours to you in satisfaction. But if not, be you content to lend your patience to us, and we shall jointly labour with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so. Her death, her means of death, her obscure burial, no trophy, sword, nor hatchment o'er her bones, no noble rites, nor formal ostentation, quite to be heard as 'twere from heaven to earth, that I must call it into question.
So you shall. And where the offence is, let the great axe fall. Now must you put me in your heart for friend, sith you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he which hath your mother slain pursued my life.
Yeah, it well appears. But tell me why you proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and so capital in nature.
The queen his mother lives almost by his looks, and for myself my virtue or my plague, be it either which, she's so conjunctive to my life and soul I could not but buy her.
And so have I, a noble mother lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, who has, if praises may go back again, stood challenger on mount of all the ages for her perfections.
How now? What news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord, they say. I saw them not.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet.
Know you the hand?
'Tis Hamlet's character.
I'm lost in it, my lord. But let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes, will you be ruled by me?
If so, you'll not o'errule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. If he be now returned, as checking at his voyage, I will work him to an exploit now ripe in my device, under the which he shall not choose, but fall. And for his death no wind of blame shall breathe, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice and call it accident.
My lord, I will be ruled, rather if you could devise it so that I might be the organ.
It falls right. You have been talked of since your travels much, and that in Hamlet's hearing. 2 months since, here was a gentleman of Normandy. I've seen myself and served against the French, and they can well on horseback. But this gallant had witchcraft in it.
Upon my life, Lamont.
The very same.
I know him well.
He made confession of you and gave you such a masterly report for art and exercise in your defence, and for your rapier most especially, that he cried out 'twould be a sight indeed if one could match you. So this report of his did Hamlet so envenom with his envy that he could nothing do but wish and beg your sudden coming o'er to play with him. Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself your mother's son in deed more than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
Good Laertes. Keep close within your chamber. Hamlet returned shall know you are come home. Will put on those shall praise your excellence, and set a double varnish on the fame the Frenchman gave you. Bring you in fine together, and wager on your heads. He being remiss will not peruse the foils, so that with ease, or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited, and requite him for your mother.
I will do it. And for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that but dip a knife in it where it draws blood, no cataplasm so rare under the moon shall save the thing from death that is but scratched withal. I'll touch my point with this contagion, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
Let's think if this should fail, and that our drift look through our bad performance. When in your motion you are hot and dry, and that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereupon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stroke, our purpose may hold there. How now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel, so fast they follow. Your sisters drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Oh. Where?
There is a willow grows aslant a brook that shows his hoar leaves in the glassy stream. There with fantastic garlands did she come, of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples that our cold maids do dead men's fingers cool. There on the pendant boughs her crownet weeds clambering to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas. And she is drowned.
Drowned.
Too much of water, hast thou, poor Ophelia. And therefore I forbid my tears. But yet it is our trick. Nature her custom holds. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that his folly doubts it.
Dawning down
What ceremony else?
Ceremony
else? What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranties. Her death was doubtful. She should, in ground unsanctified, have lodged, yet here she is, allowed her virgin crowns, her maid instruments, and the bringing home of bell and burial.
Lay her in the earth, and from her pure and unpolluted flesh may violet spring, I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be while thou liest howling.
Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hope thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have strewed thy grave.
Oh, treble woe. Fall 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose most wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? Whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded hearers? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul!
Hamlet! Gentlemen!
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
Laertes, he is mad.
For the love of God, forbear him.
Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself, would drink up Isel, eat a crocodile, be buried quick with her, and so will I. What is the reason that you use me thus? I loved you ever. But it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and the dog will have his day.
Gertrude, set a watch over your son. This grave shall have a living monument. An hour of quiet shortly shall we see. Till then, in patience, our proceeding be. Come, Hamlet, come. Take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon. I have done you wrong. And pardoned as you are, gentlemen. This presence knows, and you must needs have heard, how I am punished with a sore distraction. What I have done that might your nature honour, an exception roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. His madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. Sir, in this audience, let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot mine arrow o'er my house and hurt my brother. I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honour I stand aloof and will no reconcilement till by some elder masters of known honour I have a voice and precedent of peace to keep my name ungawed. Until that time I do receive your offered love, like love, and will not wrong it. I embrace it freely, and will this brother's wager frankly play. Give us the foils, come on.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager?
Very well, my lord, thy grace hath laid the odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I have seen you both, but since he is better, we have therefore odds.
This one's too heavy. Give me another.
This likes me well. These foils have all a length. Come on, sir.
Come now. Begin.
Come, my lord.
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Stay. Let me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. this to thy health. Give him the cup.
Play the bout first. Set it by a while. Come. Another hit, what say you?
Here, Hamlet, take my napkin, rub thy brows. Queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
I dare not drink yet, madam, by and by.
I'll hit him now, my lord.
I do not think it.
And yet 'tis almost against my conscience.
I pray you, pass with your best violence. I am afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so?
Nothing neither way.
Tis here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice had turned itself on me. And lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poisoned. I can no more. The king's to blame.
Point envenomed too. Envenomed to thy work! Treason. Treason! Let me, friend. I have not heard. Here! Thou incestuous, murderous, damned dame! Drink off this potion. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
He is justly served. 'Tis a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my mother's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee.
Hear the drum where your Valhalla has possessed a son and lays the table for a guest is come. Hail, you singers of an ancient song, the ancient one. Oh, I wonder where the river runs to, delivered unto oceans of old. All the willows weep upon the water, sons of daughters have woken ashore. Songs of mother flutter through a curtain, and I am certain I've heard them before. She bears me out into the undiscovered country, where brothers hunt me for spoils of the war.
Where is
Oh, I wonder where the river runs to, delivered unto oceans of old. All the willows weep upon the water, sons of daughters woken the soul. Oh, to see your face once more. I will doubt the stars of fire, and I'll doubt the sun can move. I'll doubt the truth of life, for I never doubted you. I will doubt for your desire, for I doubt the smoke will rise as I lie upon the fire in your unrepentant eyes. I will doubt the stars of fire, and I'll doubt the sun can